Chris Coons, the Democrat of Delaware, just returned from a bipartisan trip to Israel when he had an opportunity to meet with the Prime Minister of Israel. Senator, it's always good to have you, and I'm sorry under these circumstances, but I did want to get your take on that meeting and working with people like Lindsey Graham to isolate Hamas. And maybe I'm overstating that, but maybe you could explain.
Well, Neil, thanks for a chance to be on again. I joined a bipartisan delegation of 10 senators last weekend. We went to Israel, to Egypt, to Saudi Arabia. Our goal was to deter Iran, to send a strong message of support for Israel and its right to defend itself against a terrorist group, Hamas, which carried out horrific, brutal attacks on Saturday, October 7th. Iran funds and trains and supports several different proxies in the region, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, all three of which continue to attack Israel with cruise missiles, with rocket attacks, even up to today. Just an hour ago, Neil, I met with another family of hostages being held in Gaza by Hamas. Avihai Brodetz, his wife and children were all taken hostage and are currently in Gaza. We met with Prime Minister Netanyahu. We met with Benny Gantz, a former Army Chief of Staff and Deputy Prime Minister, as well as with several other leaders like Yair Lapid and folks who are in leadership in the military. It was a tense and an important time for us to be there, supplementing the visits by our Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, the in-person visit by President Biden. There is a sense throughout Israel of strong support from the United States. And as they plan for and potentially soon carry out a ground assault into Gaza, we were offering them our encouragement and support for their campaign against Hamas, while at the same time urging that we get humanitarian relief into Palestinians. That was one of the topics we discussed in Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Israel.
You mentioned Saudi Arabia, Senator, and I know there's an effort afoot to try to cement or forge better Israeli-Saudi ties. The Saudis have not exactly been effusive in their comments on Israel and when it comes to Hamas. Other Arab countries have been essentially pinning this on Israel, that it provided the means and the role for Hamas to do what it did. Turkey's president is essentially saying that, freedom fighters are what you're talking about when you're talking about Hamas. What do you make of that?
Hamas is not a group of freedom fighters or a resistance movement. They are brutal terrorists. Even the Nazis, Neil, concealed their crimes against the Jewish people. Hamas used GoPro cameras on their helmets, body cameras, video cameras to record their heinous acts. While we were in Israel, we were shown just unspeakably brutal videos made by Hamas and posted on social media of the ways in which they attacked innocent civilians, decapitating babies, raping women, taking hostage grandmothers and little children. So for anyone to suggest that Hamas are resistance fighters, I think is a gross misstatement. I do think it's important for us to distinguish between Hamas terrorists and the majority of the Palestinian people. Part of our conversation with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman was about that possibility for reconciliation with Israel. The Abraham Accords were a great accomplishment. They allowed for reconciliation and recognition between Israel and the UAE, Morocco, and several other Arab countries, majority Muslim countries. For Saudi Arabia to reconcile with Israel, to really end the Arab-Israeli conflict, would be a great step forward for peace. Right now, the conflict in Gaza is preventing more forward progress on that. But part of what our bipartisan delegation was trying to do was to have conversations with critical regional leaders in Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Israel about the prospects for peace on the other side of this very difficult war.
Senator Coons, thank you on a trying day. Thank you for taking the time. Chris Coons of Delaware.